everybody! How's it going? Yes, VIP has gone up. Sorry, kid, dude. we talked about it and we were like, yeah, everyone's VIP. We should probably raise it so it's a little harder to get. But I wanted to wait until Coco got it. If I would have doubled the price of VIP badge before Coco got VIP, I think there would have been a riot. I don't think I would have been able to control the masses. I would have been canceled. I was Juan gonna get, that's the one thing I thought too. I was like, damn it, now Juan's gonna be like, oh, you double the price. Wow, looks like I'll never get it now. I don't know, we'll make a fundraiser or something for Juan to get VIP. He probably has a lot more points than he's leading on, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Start a riot. Why? Kin, do you want VIP? I didn't know. You always use your points for everything else. I'll never get it now. Kin, I didn't even know you wanted it. I think, Kin, you just like things you can't have. Like, when you wanted mod on Drippy's channel and then you got it and you didn't know what to do with it. You know, it's like that. You just, it's the illusion, Kin. You don't actually want VIP. You just want it because you can't have it now. How many days until Christmas is it? A week till Christmas, guys. Bruh. How else do I get mod? I don't know. You be a long-standing and respectable citizen in a channel, and then people are like, when they need them, like, oh, you know what? He's a good guy. I'll ask him to be my mod. You've been here since the beginning. You have never redeemed it before. Oh my god, that's so true. Kin, you should have more points than anybody. Oh my god, Trippy, does your Kerbo have a little pet? Oh, he does. He has a little chain chomp. That's so cute. That's so cute. I love it. I love it. I think I'm good enough. Did it not do the thing? It should. Do I have to do it? There it is. There's Drippy. Follow Drippy, everybody. We're trying to get him to 100 followers. 100 followers for Drippy, everyone. Can we get it? Can we get it before the New Year's? That's our goal. That's our Drippy goal. It'll be a drip miss miracle if we can. Worked at a lunar fair last night. I'm so achy now. Oh, Coffee Cup, every time you say you work at a lunar fair, like, I imagine it's just beautiful. Like, it's a starry night. It's nice and cold to have hot chocolate. Lots of beautiful lanterns. And I always think, like, oh, what a beautiful, beautiful time. But then your response is always, I'm achy or I'm tired. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it would suck to work it. But it would be beautiful to see. You have 13,000? Kin, what do you... Oh, there, that's why. Hi, I'm new. That's why. I think words. Nope. Train of track was derailed. It's gone. Don't know what I was gonna say, but it's gone. It's gone now, guys. It's gone. It's gone. Oh! Animal Crossing Secret Santa thing. I forgot about that. Mental note. Mental note. Can you remind me to make that an event? No? Okay, cool. Cool, thanks. No more fairs for a while. Too cold. Oh, that's good, though, at least, Coffee Cups. Wow, it surprises me that, like, you guys go through the winter. Like, that must be so cold. Wait, did Drippy do the sleep command for his Kerbo, or did his Kerbo just start sleeping? I missed that. I didn't see what happened. Oh, you don't have to type it in chat. Okay. I will, because I'm a cool, respectable citizen. Mod. Listen, Ken, listen. If I need a mod, I'll consider you, okay? I can't promise I will ask you, but I will consider you. How about that, man? How about that? Watch this. Okay, I'm ready, Drippy. I'm ready. Oh my god! Your Kerbal just caught on fire! I mean, he is wearing lots of flames, so it was bound to happen, but oh my god, stop! We've made progress, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Kin is one step closer. One step closer. Indeed, indeed. Or one step further away. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Honestly, I can't see having another mod in a long time. Like, we have so many of them. Which is great, you know, precautionary, but we don't... I feel like we won't be asking any more mods anytime soon. Oh my god, yeah, also we hit 300! Woo! There's an overpopulation of mods. Overpopulation of mods and VIPs. If it's very rare that someone's not one of those. Don't you dare! No, you're bound for life by a contract. Just like Geekster, you can't quit. No, why would I ever want that, Kin? But yeah, we finally hit 300, guys. Woo! And before Christmas, before the New Year's, that's super exciting. We'll be playing Paper Pirates to celebrate on Tuesday, and we will pick a date to play Among Us and Ultimate Chicken Horse off of stream. It'll probably be like Wednesday, if I'm being honest. Wednesday or Monday, maybe. One of those days. Have fun being attorneys. Aw, don't worry. Drippy won't have fun, Glenn. Drippy won't have fun. Good thing there are no fairs for a bit. We are low on stock and can't get more until March. Until March? Damn. Wow. Why? How come till March? That's a long time to go without merch. Look how funny this is. What are you doing, Drippy? I swear to God, if you follow and unfollow. No, it doesn't matter because we actually have 301 followers. So even if you unfollow, we will still be above 300. Shipping be wacky, apparently. Oh, you're making your Kerbal dance. Oh, I missed it. Do it again. Do it again. I want to see your Kerbal dance. Wow, you can really dance. Wow, you can really dance. What if I... Oh my god, he is dancing. Look at him go. Wow, dude, your Kerbal's got moves. Way to go, man. What if I also unfollow for Hersey? Well, then I'll be really sad. I'll be really sad, Coco. Also, I'm pretty sure when Drippy refollowed whenever he unfollowed a while ago, it never went back up, which is why all of a sudden we were at 300. Twitch was like, oh, he is following. Because we only got one follower, so it should have been 299, but it went to 300. So I think Drippy made it stuck. I'll never follow again. Well, then I'd be very sad, Kin. And also, I would take you off the consideration list for mod if you unfollow, because you have to be following for at least a year to be considered for mod. I'd say. No. Yes, Kin. That is how the rules work. That is how we do things around here. That's not part of the... Yes, it is. It absolutely is. I make up the rules as I go. 1 year, 3 months. See, you're good, Kin. You're good. Oh, it canceled out Drippy's. 3 days? Drippy. I think this is the longest you've ever been following me. Yo, new record. I really want to know how long you've been following Drippy. Anyone doing anything fun for Christmas or the holidays? Anyone going tobogganing or sledding or skiing or snowboarding? Anyone going quickly down ramps and snow? I want to do that. I miss doing that. What? No. What do you mean no? Why not, Kin? Go speed. Go speed downhill. I remember one time I got the bot to say has been falling for P for P. I remember that. Yeah. That was skill. I don't know how you did it. It don't snow in Britland? Oh, you don't need snow. You just what's stopping you from going quickly down a hill, kid? All you need is just to believe hard enough and maybe like some wax or something. You can find ways to go down a hill quickly. I go to the beach? Oh, that sounds lovely. I've never been to a beach during the winter. I'm sure it would be pretty. Really cold, but pretty. Yeah, mud sledding. That works too. Grass boarding. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. My dad, delay? Son of a gun. I just fixed it before stream started. Oh. Thank you, Drippy. I will fix it momentarily. Test. Okay, less delay. Less delay. Less of it, I say. Test. That works. That works for me. I think. Yeah. Sick. All right. I think my ColeHillChills is slow. Slow? Never. That's insulting. That's insulting to my kind, kin. Slow? Absolutely not. Beach in winter is best for finding good shells. Ooh, I can see that. That's pretty. Would you consider making delay mod? They've been here for a while. God damn it. All I want for Christmas is no delay. Can that... I've been a good boy this year, Santa Claus. Can that be my thing? Can that be the thing I get? Also, grit my teeth and visit my family. I want to give you nibbling a stuffed bunny. Wait. What? What is this about a stuffed bunny? Yeah, it's been here that long. It's been a long time. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to get a webcam to fix it, but my webcam wouldn't pick up green, which is important when you have a green screen. Delay is not following. Wow. They've been here this entire time and doesn't even follow. What a troll. What a troll. Fake fan. Incredibly rude. Incredibly rude. A fake... What, you're a fake fan? 5 months? Illegal. Only 5 months? No. Coco, you've been here for 2 years. What are you talking about 5 months? Stop it. That's a complete and utter lie. Absolutely nonsense. I won't stand for any of this. It's almost 6 months. It feels like 5 years at this. I know, right? When have we not known each other, guys? I don't remember not knowing any of you guys. Nah. If I go back to a time when I didn't know one of you guys, sadness, just emptiness, blankness, really. Didn't happen, didn't exist. I've only existed in this world for 5 months. No, Coco, false. Absolutely false. Not true. What does Tricky Beans do? I have, jelly beans that are called Tricky Beans that are vegan, and they, like, either taste good or bad. That's what they are. Go eat some? No. Okay, weren't you saving up for VIP? I want to give my nibbling a stuffed bunny. Nibbling is the gender-neutral word for child of your sibling. Oh! I'm fighting off a sneeze. Okay, I think I'm good. I've never heard of that before, a nibbling. Nibble, nibble. That's so cute. For a child of your sibling. That's so cool. A stuffed bunny. That's so cute. I love that. Do they like bunnies? Don't make me chicky beans. Okay, yellow. Is vanilla or ginger? Oh, that's ginger. Wow, that's a strong ginger one. Wow. That was strong. I've had ginger ones before, but they weren't that strong before. Damn. Yay! Simply better. Alright, shall we get luring today? I really want to beat Ace Attorney by Christmas. I think we can do it. And then we can play some new games in the new year, you know? We should not. I think we should, Kin. I think we should. I think you'd enjoy it, Kin. I think if you actually stuck around, you would actually enjoy it, Kin. There we go. This last trial has been the best one so far. Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's finally being more like Ace Attorney, if that makes sense. It's found its niche. It's funny. It's funny bone. The two bozos, the Skulky brothers, make me cry. They are the best. My favorite plushie was a bunny. So Nibbling is getting their own. Aww, that's so wholesome, coffee cups. I freaking love that. Did she start to actually leave? We don't know. She left early in the morning, and we heard on the newspaper that the weather was going to be bad or something, so she could be late for her ship, but she isn't with us. We haven't seen her since she left to get on the boat. I don't know if she's gone or not. I'm hoping she's not actually gone. Oh, right. Yes. We're here.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to lost lawyer, abiding citizens.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
Yuck. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was a pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistic. Whoa, what voice was that? I am evil, da. I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns. I love the little mouse. Why are they all male? The emotes? They're not. Uraraka's there. And Pepper's there. There's 2 girl emotes. It would seem there's a little remaining room for doubt.
Have to admit, I was rather boiled over by argument, but forward by the chap in black. When that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly say well been hoodwinked. Wow, no more.
Ugh, the whole courtroom is turning against me. It's not fair. Iris! That prosecutor's being mean. Just because Ginny's done some things she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer.
The characters? Credits roll. ColeHillChills. Voices, every character. Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. I'm the poster boy for Fruit of the Looms. Here's the truth coming out, eventually. I do too, Drippy. I do too. I know. Once we beat this game, we are definitely gonna go back and finish the third Ace Attorney game. Geekster said it was the best one so far, so I'm very excited to see what it is. That's enough preamble. Council, proceed to the summation examination. Actually, never mind. Yeah, no, Lotta can stay gone. That's okay.
Yes, my lord. Kumbaya.
What's a rogue? Always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens.
Hold it!
Just because Miss Letchford has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, well.
Are all members of the British Army so quick to judge?
I beg your pardon. Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces, the greatest military organization in the world?
No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or pickpocket is wrong and dangerous.
Humph. Well, yes, you might have a point here, I suppose. But let's not forget the girl had already shown she had it in her from before. She's clearly a criminal sort, through and through. Can't deny it.
When you say that she's shown she had it in her, you referring to this?
Mo. I didn't need to remember that character existed, Drippy. Or that guy from the hospital, whatever his name was. Worst character. I think he is by far the character I hate the most.
Exactly. And trying to swipe that only a day earlier, or am I mistaken?
Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that.
Yeah, him, Drippy. I forget his name. I think I blocked it out on purpose.
I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't wait to have a closer look. Oh yes, of course. Mr. Sholmes did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, didn't he? And then ordered every type of music box he could find across from Europe.
You gonna Google it? Oh my god, please no. I don't want to remember. Isn't it like... Oh, I don't remember. Hottie. Dr. Hottie. Isn't that it?
Clem went bleh.
He ordered every music box. He wanted to find out which type would play a certain CD kin, so he ordered every single kind.
We still don't know what tune it plays though, do we? But I'd love to see how the original compares to Hurley's copy. Mr. McGilder's disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Perhaps we should examine it in more detail.
Wait, can I examine it in more detail? Do I have more stuff now? I do. Oh, can I analyze the blood? That might give us a clue.
Oh, Bruno, look! This is blood. Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
Dr. Hottie from the Hottie Clinic. Disgusting. Who made that character and decided, yep, that's going in the game? The same person, obviously, who made the twerkies from Metopia. They still scar me.
Then it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Bruno. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? In a flash.
Spurt, spurt. Green. Wait, we've seen green before.
Oh, a lovely bright shade again. Wait, that color. What is it? It's just that green,
It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it?
No. We also seen it from Shrek. I'm fully convinced his blood is green. Colorblind people playing this game. Oh yeah, green right there. Wait a second. Was Benedict Cumberbatch here? Was he the one who was shot? No. We don't know what color green Sherlock's blood is though yet. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done blood.
It's the number of bullets that has you convinced.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police.
Oh, you beat it? Nice, Drippy Man. How was it? What's your review?
When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
Well, that's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position.
A 3rd bullet somewhere on the scene. Could that be possible?
It could? Question mark? It's short and sweet. Oh, I love that. I wish some games were longer. Some games are sweet but too short. Glem and I just beat Pikmin 3 the other day. Super fun game. So short. Tragically short. I wish there was more to it. I don't think I can prove it. Single discharge, a single round was fired. Yeah, no, I can't. It's impossible.
Unfortunately, only 2 bullets were discovered by the police during the investigation.
Yes, I know.
Right.
And I don't imagine the good men of Scotland Yard would have overlooked anything. If I missed a bullet while I was cleaning his lordship's office, well, I should receive a sound scolding, I don't doubt.
And he should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. It sounds like a crime scene to me.
Bullock and Herlock? Maybe? I mean, apparently there's a scalpel missing in him, so maybe a bullet as well? We'll see. We don't know where Herlock is yet. The only bad thing about WarioWare is that they took out most of the voice acting and replaced it with dialogue. Oh, why would you do that? If you already had the voice acting, why would you take it out? That sucks. Bleh, I don't like that at all. What is your Pikmin Captain tier list? Like, you mean from the 3 people you can play as in Pikmin 3, who are your favorites? I think it's all 5. See, I didn't play number 1 or 2, but I think out of all the characters, it will go Olimar's first. He's just the OG, you know, and then I think Alf's really cute. I think it's a tie between Alf and Charlie for second. They're really cute, and like they got a great personality. And then Louis, the psychopath, and then Brittany. I freaking hate Brittany. She's the worst character. Ugh. Gee, I wish I didn't have to share all this juice with the other teammates. If only it was all for myself, even though we all equally did our work. Like, I hate her so much. she can be left on the planet. I don't care. Alf and Charlie at the top, Brittany and Olimar in the middle, and Louis at the bottom. That's my list. See, no, even Louis is better than Brittany. At least Louis makes me laugh occasionally, you know? Louis shaped like an AirPod? Wait, is he? Oh my god, he kind of is. I need to show you something? Oh god, what is it this time?
A third bullet?
It would completely turn things around if there was one, wouldn't it?
Do you think we might find one lying around somewhere?
Hold it! So if I've understood correctly, you need 2 pictures, a left eye and a... Yes.
Exactly. Then you can see the scene in 3 dimensions like this.
So if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them.
I think you'd find that no matter how much you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim is the girl in the dock. Murder.
How can you be so sure of that?
Think about it. The Skulkin brothers shot the great detective, didn't they?
Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice.
Well then, surely it's coming into focus now, isn't it?
This is a waste of time. I'm not gonna change this man's mind anytime soon.
Will you stop talking about your operation and focus on the case, my dude?
Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial?
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan.
The defendant's life is on the line here.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that it is nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach.
Oh?
It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on...
What was the fellow's name now? Hurlich? No. Herlock? No. Hairlock?
Herlock Sholmes, by any chance?
Yes, good lord. It was that Hairlock fellow.
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes?
That's right. Using the very last anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you.
This is crazy.
Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find a bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up.
I hate to state the obvious, but
Yes.
surely that's because the bullet is still at the crime scene at the shooting.
The counsel for the defense is correct, as this is clearly shown in this photographic print. The bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region. Check Discord. Oh god. Okay. Louis literally explodes. See, like, he's a good character. He's evil and he's mysterious, which I like. Like, he's a psychopath. Like, no one knows why he's doing it, which is cool. It's a dark character Nintendo's made. But Brittany's just a bitch. like Brittany, Brittany, I hate her. I hate the way they say her name. Just awful.
And then excited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally.
Nah, who do you think I am, son?
Brit.Annie.
Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do.
As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back?
Of course I did, and there wasn't a trace of injury. No sign that the bullet had left the body at all.
Oh?
What?
That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Which is exactly why I set about slicing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery?
It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together.
Yes, it is. So, can I pit you against you, please and thanks?
Objection.
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Sorry, Albane. I can't accept that as squadron leader. What? What? I'll fight it for a common cause, don't you know? My chaps. No way they can contradict one another. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do! This isn't a personal attack, sir. So I have to press on him again? Oh my god.
Hold it!
Mrs. Shump certain is on the jury. I've experienced some coincidence recently, but this is ridiculous.
I'm as surprised as anyone.
There's no question that Mr. Shump was shot.
Well, that's what the police told me when they brought him in. How bad were his injuries, Doctor? Well, he was in a bad way. He lost a huge amount of blood, you know. And I suspect he was shot at quite close range, too. Because his skin was badly burnt around the point of entry.
Burnt.
As I said, I flipped the fellow over and examined his back, but there was no sign of an exit wound. Which is why I thought I'd better locate the lug and pop it out.
And yet you say you found no bullet inside the patient.
Well, I wouldn't have done, would I? Because it's in the world of pawnbrokers. But how did it get there? I need someone to solve this mystery before it drives me to insanity. If only there were some expert in ballistics who could help, even if he looked extremely untrustworthy.
I think I might know a guy.
So we have a disappearing bullet on our hand.
Can we just, I want to hear his. Can we not just, can I save? Like, it's obviously we need these two to talk to each other. Okay.
Hold it!
I thought you were just a tourist.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
There's no way he's just a visiting tourist. So, you're a ballistic expert. Who knew?
I have much experience with guns, yeah.
Ah,
I have lived through many, how do you say, extreme, violent bath of, no, blood of,
Extreme violent blood paths, perhaps.
those extreme violent blood baths. Oh boy. Fun fact, Bob Ross was originally a drill sergeant and spent a whole lot of time yelling at people. Are you telling me the same man that goes, Let's draw a fluffy little cloud. It's the same person that would go, give down and give me 20, sir. Really? Like, yeah. Clem just said, you know how he says, there are no happy, no, what is it? There are no accidents, just happy mistakes. No mistakes, sorry, just happy accidents. He goes, I just shot someone. There were no mistakes, only happy accidents. Sure, he's bleeding out. Happy accidents. The blood is creating a fluffy little red canvas on the ground. Jesus Christ. English is very difficult tongue.
Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue.
Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me. There is nothing I do not know. No mystery I cannot solve.
He's very confident in his knowledge of guns, that's for sure.
But, if possible, please, only in Russian language. I can't help with that.
He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he?
Oh yeah, sorry, coffee cups.
No, still, we should bear it in mind.
Can we just... Yeah, no, we don't need this end stuff. Can we just... I don't want to contradict. I just want them to talk to each other.
Objection.
No such statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit juries against each other.
What?
Oh, a ballistic expert.
Pitting. P-I-T-T. Oh my god! The little mouse looks at the pages as he's flipping them as if he's reading them.
On the night in question, Mr. Shams was shot by one of the skulking brothers. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume that the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Shams' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Shams was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet Villain? Pleased to meet you.
This apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery?
I have seen a very similar situation in Motherland. This music. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly! The snow was piling high on both sides of road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles, and they were on dog sleds.
Mental note, don't ask too many questions.
I was shot from behind, and I fell down in snow. And the situation was very similar to what I hear today from doctor. They could not find bullets in my body, and no sign of, how do you say, the exit wound. Then where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me.
Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looks just like bullet wound.
Good gracious.
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. And that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet. OG shrapnel, yeah.
But that doesn't answer the question at all.
Huh?
The shooting happened in a pawnbrokery shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country.
Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here.
Bruno, where exactly was Hurley shot again?
Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think.
Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt.
A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that.
Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps the 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations.
Oh, what? Really? Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Sholmes is wearing?
Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember.
If I may,
Lord Van Zeeks!
while I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
Sorry?
As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
No, but thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. I see. You know what his beard looks like? A fluffy little cloud. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it?
Look at that! One of the vials is broken and the lever around it is scorched black.
Look, I'm just making connections.
It's almost as if the vial exploded.
Exploded?
So, that night, the bullet from Skulkin Brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
And it was the glass vial exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate victim, but was deflected into wall of shop. Which means someone else was shot. A delightfully complex aroma. Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least. Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case.
False?
The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbrokers. The pertinent facts of the case remained unaltered.
Hug.
No, they definitely do.
But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man.
Duh, thank you very much.
Glad I could help.
Due to its bearings on the conundrum to solve, the court will sequester this scruffy pouch as evidence.
Hurley's pouch isn't scruffy.
Now, the summation examination.
Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here. There's still a way to turn this around. Somehow, I'm sure of it.
I want Van Zeeks to get drunk from all that wine he is sitting over there drinking. They pan over and he's dancing with a lampshade on his head. He's just like curled over like, I don't care. Can we please go home? I'm so drunk. Let's examine this. I don't know, we might need it as evidence or something. Oh. Yo, there's the third bullet. It's still in the pouch.
It's really scorched badly just here.
Oh, the strap is broken. Look.
This must be where the bullet hit then.
Let me see.
There's the bullet.
What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was. Do you see it? Ah! That's the Skulkin Brothers bullet. What a stroke of luck that it hit this pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is, there were 3 bullets fired at Winnie Biggs that night. We found exactly what the juror was talking about. The 3rd bullet. It's time to press that juror again, I think.
Which one? I guess this one? Yo, Queen, how's it going? I'm so sad the Blue Badger didn't get an ancestor. Oh my god. Like the Red Raccoon or something. I mean, give it time. You never know. There's still a second game in this one. They could. The maid? See, I want to present this to her, but I can't present things to them. I can only pit people against each other, so I think I have to get this guy to say it was a 3rd bullet.
Then I ask you to reconsider your leaning, sir.
Oh no, that's another matter entirely.
Sorry?
All I can think about for the moment is this wonderful sense of relief I have that the mystery is solved. I need some time to let that sink in before I could possibly consider anything else.
All right.
Oh, okay. I guess we do have to show it to the person. You were right, Coffee Cups.
Hold it!
Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Queen. I'm doing great today. Yeah, this soundtrack is amazing, though. I was listening to the old soundtracks, though, from Phoenix Wright. Oh, I miss it. Especially, like, the music where, like, they're all yelling objection over top of each other and like, no objection, this. I forget how it goes off the top of my head, but I freaking love it. I miss that one. Oh, I can prove it. Oh, I forgot this was an option.
Allow me to show you then. The 3rd bullet.
Oops. Oops.
Take that!
Throws it at her. Straight through the head.
Here it is. We discovered it just now. Headshot. Yes, on the night in question in Whitney Bank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
What is this new trickery? You Nipponese conjurer. Loads Iris's gun.
Here, catch!
Where did you find that bullet?
It was lodged inside Mr. Schoen's pouch. This pouch was removed from around Mr. Schoen's waist before he was taken to the hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one.
Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night?
Yes, as your lordship has surmised, hit this pouch.
He's a little extra today. He's a little edgy. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print.
Ha! 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence.
Yes, that of Mr. Winniebank and that belonging to the Skulkin brothers.
An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet has been fired from each.
Yeah, but that mustn't been.
That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment.
Jesus Christ. Legends of Arceus comes out next month. Oh my god. I'm actually really excited to play that. Especially after not being able to play Pokemon Diamond. I'm really craving Pokemon. The only Pokemon I know for sure that's going to be on my team is Voltorb. I've always loved Voltorb as a Pokemon, but he's never been on my team. And now that he has his own version, like the Grass Electric one, love him. Love him. Oh, absolutely. Also, I heard someone theorize this, and it's stuck with me ever since. They have not shown the evolutionary lines for the starter Pokemon that they've chosen for this game yet in any trailers or any pictures anywhere. So the theory is that there's actually going to be regional variants of those starter Pokemon, of like Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and Oshawott. Like, that'd be so cool. That would be so freaking awesome. I really hope it's true. I don't know who I would choose. I really hope that's true. It'd be so freaking cool. Like Blaziken, sorry. Tysplosion is like a cool warrior, fire warrior or something. Oh, I want to see it so badly. Was there something else I was going to say? I don't think so. Cause they kind of did the same with the other starters for X and Y. Not X and Y, sorry. Sword and Shield. They just never showed the starters until the game is released. But with these ones, there's no need to hide them. We already know what they look like, but they haven't shown them in the trailers yet, so I think it's true. I think they're onto something. And while the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination.
By Jupiter.
What?
Bayleaf, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. Oh, wow. So he can just be like, you know what? Forget you guys. I'm calling the shots. We're not done here yet. Spoilers, Coco! How's it going? Welcome back. The starters kind of fit the Japanese theme as well. Oshawott being a samurai. Yeah, I thought about this. Oshawott being a samurai. Cyndaquil being fireworks. Oh, that makes sense. And Rowlet being something else. Well, archery. Surely archery. Still lurking. Oh, yes, enjoy the lurk, Coco. Enjoy the lurk. We're just theorizing the new the starter Pokemon having regional forms in the new Pokemon Arceus game. What is the release date? Is it like on the later half of January or like towards the beginner half of January? I feel like it's the later half. Witnesses. 28th? Okay, yeah. So that gives us some time to play some other games until it comes out. That's good.
Governor.
Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination?
We was, Governor, we was.
Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make of it, Gov. I don't make nothing of no.
Is it one of yours?
Gore blimey, Gov, gore blimey, not a chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice?
What? Never Skulker Brothers network alone.
It's just the two of us, it's our trademark. How soon we forgot poor Sulky.
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene were originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Lumi, that's an ear scratcher.
Counsel for the defense.
Yes.
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm, from whence it came.
Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture.
You are?
A picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear that this third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers.
They had a secret accomplice. Well, they already mentioned they can't give somebody up. They had another gun. Very possible. It's nothing to do with them? I'm very confuzzled. Let me go over our evidence real quick. Save. 2 guns were fired. 3, but the thing is, we know 3 people were shot. We know the green blood against the calendar was from the other guy. We know Windy Bank was shot, but I don't know where that bullet is that went into Windy Bank. Where's Windy Bank's autopsy report? Single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back. No other visible signs of trauma. But we didn't find this bullet. You know? Unless it like ricocheted or something? No, it couldn't have. I'm gonna go if they had a secret accomplice.
On the night of Windy Bank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of his accomplice. But the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present, someone carrying a gun.
You know you got it right when there's massive intense violence starting up. An accomplice, you say? Pigs will. Pigs will?
Huh?
Is that supposed to be short for like pigs will fly? These protracted proceedings have already focused us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a third man. This apparently wraith-like being exists. The court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed.
Gag!
The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence, that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character.
The Skulkins are lying, I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding?
Well, counsel.
I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity even.
Let me save my game. Exclamation point save. Do we have a save counter? Ready to present.
The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands.
So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
As I push forward, there's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference.
In that case, counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, and the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder?
The blood. The blood. It's all about the blood. The blood, the blood, the blood. Take that!
Hurls the bag at the judge. I just love imagining him throwing things.
The evidence is right here in his portfolio.
By Jove, that portfolio again, is it? Do you expect the court to file through your papers itself? Be more specific. I would love to if the game gave me the option to. Bum, bum.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar.
That's a blood stain, my lord.
A blood stain. Green blood. I'm curious, even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature? An ogre, perhaps?
It's something developed by Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
By the great detective!
New invention, stop. Not yet prepared. In stories, stop.
It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood?
Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood.
Talk of blood in courtroom, stop. Very exciting, stop.
Is she a vampire too? Is that why she's so stoked with the blood?
As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Winniebank.
Oh, a striking blue.
Yes, so you see, the green color of this blood stain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold fire there, young man. Could be from someone unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. The date shown on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Winniebank was killed. By golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
Then whose blood is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder. In fact.
Objection!
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Yeah, I know. It's Eggert Benedict.
Take that!
The man's name is Eggert Benedict.
Eggert Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, Counsel?
He paid a visit to Winniebank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place.
When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbrokery into releasing this article into her possession.
That's right. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Eggert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force.
You know who he reminds me of? A more flamboyant version of Speedwagon from JoJo's. That's who he reminds me of. Yes, yes, yes. We know. We played this already. Yes, yes, yes. Or maybe just what's the name of the other guy? The one who teaches JoJo how to breathe? Sevikin? Stephanie. That's more like him, I think. The way he like does this with his hands. The way he was like, I think that's who he reminds me of.
Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
Can you corroborate this account, Inspector?
No, yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Winniebank for a print showing the fellow. Taken from one of his red-handed recorded governors. Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Winniebank that morning.
And you claim that this man is the brother's accomplice?
Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Never seen the geezer before in my life.
All my life, Gov, all my life, never seen him.
Their faces. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes!
And I can't, that was a very aggressive head nod. Then show us the evidence. Yuck. I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. I have the evidence.
This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking in and screaming into the courtroom.
You're gonna drag a who streaming and kicking into the courtroom? Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel?
Yes, my lord. The defense will present this evidence now.
Take that!
Flings the disc like Captain America, slicing the judge's head off.
As I mentioned before on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windy Banks.
Which is then when the aforementioned Eggert Benadryl appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred.
Yes. And then she stole the disc from him. And it cut him. And he bled like the ogre he is. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Even though he was wearing gloves, he still bled.
Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness! A bloodstain, is it?
My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom. Using my trusty Fogger gun. Yes, and we added the result to this portfolio.
Shrek green, baby.
The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Eggert Benadryl, who was Windy Banks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime the same night.
So there was someone else. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. They were sweating buckets before.
My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Eggert Benadryl should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of mechanics of law. Herlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the names. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes, a god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color.
Well.
Oh. And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
Ugh!
Oh, I know. Is he right, Mr. Sholmes' concoction a little trouble? I don't know. I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that.
I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Shelm's invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But, one other choice that I have. I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before.
Father, oh my God, she just called the judge Santa Claus. Yes, the game admits it.
About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief! What did you say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now.
Yeah, she's right. Young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Runo. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable! Mr. Shelm's partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter.
After that shrewd persists of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britannian and apparently visitors, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. It's like exclamation point, but their faces are dead inside. Like, so then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not
Yes,
guilty.
exactly, Chippy.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. The doctor slams his head. Oh, why? Thank you, Chippy. Why is the doctor saying guilty? I love that old man. Why is he siding against us? But two call guilty and 4 call not guilty. The man straddling the courtroom furnishing thinks it's absurd. Good point.
Objection.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue. So freaking dramatic, dude. And drinking in excess. I know. Who's the one who's the clown here? Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
What?
The name the gentleman gave for himself, Eggert Benadryl, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it.
I do.
Just what I'd imagine to prove the man was there that night.
Could I say something? Oh, who is that, please? You speak? Oh? It was me, my lord.
Juror number 5. Mambo number 5.
What have you to say, madam?
Guilty. If possible, Inspector.
No, if possible, Inspector.
That's me, Mom.
I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again, the one in which the gentleman is shown.
Right, yes, this one you mean. Mr. Benedict.
I thought he was gonna be like the doctor's assistant, which is why the scapula is missing. Because I don't know, he had to use it to fix himself up or something. But I guess she knows him. Wait, is he the one she's been typing to? Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah, the scapula.
Juror number 5, you don't mean to say. You know this man.
Yes, I know him.
What?
No. Good gracious! Ordar! Juror number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer. Stop.
As we can clearly see.
That's a bone in the shoulder? Oh, the scalpel. Yes, that fell off the couch. Thank you, yes. The gentleman in the photograph is, stop, oh god. Oh my god, she has to be Wendy's ancestor. Look at her face. Look at her eyes are twinkling. She has the exact same pink cheek marks on her face. I need to know her name. She has to be Wendy Oldbag's ancestor. Look at her. No, yes, it has to be Drippy. Also, a communication officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop. A very talented operator. In fact, stop. He should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop.
This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
I suppose we all imagined the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong.
If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangement with all haste. As your lordship bids. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson.
Yes, my lord.
Subpoena. Gotcha. I would like to hear from your... Thank God Coffee Cup's here to correct me on the dumb things I get wrong. I should like to hear you specifically about events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Tequila. That's what it reminded me of. The subpoena. The song starts. Wait, how does that song go again? Oh, I can't remember how the song goes. You're adorable. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much, Coffee Cups. Come to my chambers. Oh. Come to my chambers during recess.
Yes, sir, my lord.
Very well. Court adjourned until 1:40 p.m. To be continued. Continued. Yes, I would like to see my progress. No, I don't want to do that case again. Remember the one time we played Ace Attorney and I soft locked myself and we had to speed run through the entire game to get back to that point? Oh my god, I was so upset. Jeez, I felt so bad for everyone who had to watch. And now I want tequila, but it's too early to start drinking. Too early? Nonsense. You can drink whenever you want, Coffee Cups. You can drink whenever you want. That's the great part about being an adult. Yes, you can buy a balloon whenever you want, but you can also drink whenever you want. Sorry. Clem said no more alcohol.
Nah, Gina, how are you holding up? I'm starting to feel quite warmly towards her frequent cold shoulders now.
Would I have to drive somewhere? Oh, okay, well then that's a different story. That's a different story, but yeah, after you're done driving.
Ginny, are you all right? Why aren't you saying anything?
What's the point, eh? Why go to all this trouble and fight so hard? For the likes of me.
What?
Well, you saw it, that picture. What picture?
You mean this? The photograph taken by Hurley's red-handed recorder? Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure.
It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that is gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court.
Surely you gotta have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent.
Of course I can.
Ginny, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night,
Please?
eh? Bruno's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear it from you.
Yes, please. All right then. Oh my God, thank you. It was after we'd had that dinner together at your place, right, Iris? Then we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we?
Yes, I remember.
After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-1, to the Windy Banks place. I had you know, if Iris' story was there or not. The Aunt of the Baskervilles.
Oh, Willie Bear.
I don't know what it's about or nothing. But if you ask me, there's something in it that the Sholmes don't like. Something what he don't want people reading. So that's why he lied to Iris about sticking it in lug with Windy Banks for safekeeping. At least, that's what I thought at the time.
Good bear, good bear.
So you broke into Windy Banks.
I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had to know all... I had no idea all of that was gonna kick off, did I? I struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of a wick, and that's when... I nearly died. I did, and the next thing I knew... I grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving it in the air like... I don't know what.
Ah! You're the girl who was in...
Oh. What was this guy's voice again?
You're the girl who was in here this afternoon. Had it in your pockets, but in for armed robbery.
The manuscript. Have you got it here?
Did Sholmes leave a load of papers with you? A story?
He's Yoda now, apparently.
I beg your pardon.
The end of the something or other. If it's here, I want to see it.
I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers.
I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I just want to see if it's there, that's all.
Oh, you want to see it, do you?
I want to know if Sholmes really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go.
Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you?
Ooh. So then, the old cove unlocked the storeroom door, and we both went inside. And it was there, all right. The manuscript. Sholmes once lying after all. You did all that just to check for me, Ginny. Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick-up out in the main bit of a shop.
The Skalkin brothers arriving on the scene, yes.
What was that noise? Someone's broken in.
Dear me, is there some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about?
I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry.
I'd better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back?
Oh, well, I'll come with you and...
Now don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right there. Don't leave this room under any circumstances.
And with that, he took the gun out of my hand and walked back into the shop. I hung back in the storeroom like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. It sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap. I started to think I should go help see. So I was about to go out the storeroom myself when... Bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang into the room, you know you want it. I heard a couple of shots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. And then there was, right at my feet, lying face down on the floor, banger. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it, shut and locked it, quick as I'd like. Because you thought whoever
has shot Mr. Winniebank might come for you.
Yeah, so I went to grab the old gov's gun. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, I knew. Winniebank was a goner. I felt funny in my head all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. And after that, I don't remember nothing.
That must be when you passed out, Gina.
If I hadn't done what I'd done, the old gov might have still be alive.
Did you tell the police everything you just told us?
Of course I did, but they didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was if I kept telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me. It'll be alright, Ginny, don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. Ruin's about to put the real culprit through the mill. That cove what was there in the afternoon. That Eggert Benedict. I still remember how he looked at me, like I was nothing.
Oh, ew.
He was there that night.
We don't know his real name yet, but I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty.
You what? You can leave it all in Bruno's capable hands now, Ginny. Mr. Nara-Udo. See? I'm not the only one who struggles to say his name.
Yes?
How come you trust me? I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and Mr. McGilded, we told you a whole pack of lies. And you got the bog trotter off with him, even though he was lying, a killer.
No, I could never forget that.
Oh,
I did what I thought was best at the time, but the pain of the error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what.
but what if I'm lying? You could be working to get another killer off the hook, for all you know.
I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial.
You were?
Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. And strange as it might sound, the circumstances of this crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who done it.
No, Bruno.
But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. My best friend.
Brian Oskay. No one believes in you more than I do.
Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I'll do the rest. I was so happy. I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But I was wrong. He loved me! As soon as my trial began, it was obvious. He had a huge crush on me. That he had an absolute, unwavering, ginormous crush on me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering, huge crush on him. This is cursed. Since then, I came to realize I'm actually into dudes. If you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first. I feel like Gina right now. What are you saying? I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry. I won't let you down. Even though I'm a diver, and a no good liar. You're not like Mr. McGilded. I know that.
New emote? Wait, what? The pure look of disappointment. I love it.
Hey. That's right. You're our friend, Ginny.
Iris, we know you better than you think. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust.
Yes,
That's really all we need to know.
exactly.
Mr. Naru Oda, I Sniffle, sniffle, oh no. Defendant Gina Lestrin and her legal representative. Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head into the courtroom immediately. The only difference between these two models is that one of them has a mustache. That is the only difference between these two guys.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
He probably grew that mustache because he was sick of being, sick of people thinking he was the other person. It's also like the, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just make it slightly different.
I'd been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time, so I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. And I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. This is it at last, the final chapter, the final battle. Oh,
Shit, this is it. Here we go, guys.
wish me luck, Susato-san, and I hope you're watching over me too. From heaven, partner.
What, Drippy? 1:41 p.m. Ah, we're late. I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrin. Lord Van Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness? The subpoena was delivered to the communication station, where the man works immediately, my lord. However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem. I see. Let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's precise, subpoena, thank you. Subpoena. Process of the case heard by the court this morning. At least coffee cups here. Wait, almost no one is here to watch the climax of the final trial except for the one person who hates Ace Attorney. At least coffee. I know. At least coffee cups is here with us. Well, we can experience it together. Oh my god, also flashback, Drippy, to when it was just you and me at the end of Alien Isolation. That was truly, like, we felt so alone. I love Weird Voices Day. Aw, that makes... I really appreciate the coffee cups, man. Oh my god, yay! Friska's here! Okay, good. There's a couple of us, guys. There's a couple of us. We're here. The judge! The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector.
Yes, I can only apologize, my lord.
And although the defense says chemical analysis of the blood at the scene that makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom.
Hemph, it's a big mistake to cross Hurley and me. A very big mistake.
My lord! The subpoenaed! The subpoenaed? Am I subpoena? Subpoenaed? The subpoenaed? The subpoenas? Witness has just arrived in the building. Well, thank you, officer. Let's show him to the stand without delay.
Mr. Eggert Benedict. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon.
And certainly not like this. It's goofy, and there is a drug man riding tables. You're right. You're so right. I'm really glad you enjoy coffee cups. Oh, and there he is. Thank you for complying with the court's subpoena at such short notice, sir. But of course, my lord. As an upstanding member of London society, it is my pleasure to oblige. No! Kindly state your name and occupation for the records. Ashley Graydon, Communications Officer. Ashley Graydon. I didn't know Ashley was also a guy's name. Mr. Graydon and I both work at London's Central Communication Station. He's such a hunk. Now perhaps someday somebody would kindly explain what all this is about. I did in fact play dodgeball in school. I sucked at throwing, but I was really good at dodging. So I was always the last one on the team. But then it would just be like dead air. Like it'd just be like, oh, let's see how long Cole can last before he gets hit. You were apprised of the situation by the court officer, and you're on your way here, I presume. I'm so good at catching. I'm literally the support. I love that. Chippy, let's make a team. I'll make the dodger. You'll be the catcher. Then we just need someone who can throw. Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at the pawnbrokers on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question. That is the accusation, indeed. This really is beyond a joke, you know. Haha. Very well. Without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon. You will respond to the accusations made against you under oath. Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot he danced. Gladly, my lord, gladly. I can do this cool thing where I can curve the ball so I throw it and it starts spinning. Ooh, I like that. I love when people throw it like that. They would like whip it around. I didn't have the strength. I was a string bean, man. I could not whip it. I like to try now, but I feel like I still wouldn't be very good. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbroking services from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into the place the night of murder? I have no intention of admitting such outrageous accusations. Even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene. Some Scaramouche detective's homebrewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence. Also, some kid who was known for how fast he could throw got demolished when I caught his ball. He literally screamed, "How?" Okay, I'm done flexing. Drippy, man. I'm proud, man. I'm proud. Way to go, man. Way to represent the ColeHillChills community. ColeHillChills. We suffered together and we're good at dodgeball, question mark? So, you deny the accusation completely, do you? I must say, I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by the self-professed detective toy. We lost the game anyway, but still, hey, yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as you did something cool in the game, that's all that matters, man. It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system demanded that the jury's will is upheld. Wait, he's still carrying that cane that's supposed to be a shovel. Then it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today.
By golly.
How long am I expected to be detained here? If, following the defense's cross-examination, your involvement in this matter has not been established, you will be free to leave immediately. Good. Then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation at least. Let us not hold up Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary, counsel. Proceed with the cross-examination. I love how the judge, no matter what reincarnation, always assumes the person who's all innocent looking is innocent. And they're like, oh, well, let's hurry up and make this quick so they don't miss tea. Like, dude, come on.
So, we meet again, Mr. Eggert Benedict. Or is it Mr. Graydon?
My apologies, you are.
Rhinoski Naruso, defense lawyer. We have met.
If you say so. Ashley Graydon. Enchante. So. Oh, he's French. Ugh. Oh. What in no, I don't want this. Take it back.
Ugh!
I trust we can conclude this quickly.
But I'm not holding your flashy hat while we do it.
That's our thing. The hat is ours now? We throw stuff. Yeah, you can't throw stuff. We throw stuff. How dare you take our thing? Can we just take a moment to... The way he's looking at him.
Hold it!
Yes, we even met in the very pawnbrokery where the crime took place on the afternoon of the day in question. Though, of course, you introduced yourself by a different name at the time. It was Mr. Eggert Benedict, I believe. Tell me, what made...
Objection!
The witness is here to testify about events that took place that night. Why are you defending him? Do you have a crush on him? He's under no obligation to answer such unrelated question.
You can't be serious.
Thank you, because I certainly do not feel inclined to answer such inappropriate questions.
So it's gonna be evasive, is he? In an effort not to give anything away. This could be tricky.
Tricky beans.
Hold it!
Have you seen these two men before?
This pair. They look the other way. No, I don't associate with criminals.
Said by a man who introduced himself as Eggert Benedict.
They immediately look back. These two are my freaking favorite characters, man. I'd like to know who I'd have to thank for this. Who made this outlandish accusation against me? The young lawyer there in the back. Black. This is a farce! Whose idea was it to permit an outsider to work in a British court anyway? Well, needless to say. Uh-huh.
Hold it! Where were you at around 1 in the morning on the night in question, sir?
That is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Shimmy, shimmy. Certainly. I was not in the company of these rascallions.
You're able to prove that.
Objection!
What? Listen carefully, my learned Nipponese friend. For you appear to be under a gross misapprehension on this point.
What do you mean?
The witness maintains he was not at the scene of the crime. He has no obligation to prove his absence. If your accusation is that the witness was present at the scene, the obligation lies with you to prove your assertion. Is that true? That's a load of humbug. You will fulfill the obligation before putting any more unreasonable questions to the witness. Oh my god, stop. It makes me want to throw up.
A silent victory wiggle, thanks.
Like, stop.
Hold it! Blood was found at the scene of the crime. There's no question of that. Mr. Sholmes' chemical analysis has positively identified the substance as such.
Oh, an extreme fruitcake coffee cup. The dancing emote. But I am not the only human to have blood running through my veins, am I? How can you be sure that the blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of one of these two miscreants.
Every individual's blood is slightly different composition, it seems. Mr. Sholmes' chemical is able to
Spare me the science lesson. Who is Sholmes' character, anyway?
Oh, I assumed all Londoners would know the name. He's a renowned detective.
So, even you are unable to bring yourself to say, great detective. A great detective, you say. Tisk. No, we're in the realm of fairy tales, aren't we? What is it? What is it, my dude? Hello there.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin? Hey, what, me? No, the Mr. Skulkin next to you.
Right, I've had it up to here with this. How many times have I got to tell you?
Yes, I know. You're not big bruv sulky. Mr. Nash Skulkin.
Hey, Corporal, what?
Is it not the case that when Mr. Graydon just spoke, a thought went through your mind? Would you care to share that thought with the court?
Hey, me thoughts, I don't know. I don't have none of them. It must have been him.
You what? Mr. Nash Skulkin, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke?
Nothing. Honest, nothing. I was just thinking. If he waved his arms around like that much more, it'll open up the wound again, that's all.
Oh?
What wound?
Wait, the bullet took... Where, the bullet, of course, it was only 2 days ago. It ain't gonna be healed up yet. So I was, well, you know, I was worrying for him and... Oh, hell's bells!
Thank you for making this case go much quicker.
Mr. Graydon, did you hear that?
What?
Your comrade is worried about you, it seems.
Good job, Luigi. No, use more like Waluigi. That was more like Wario.
On account of your injured arm.
My lord. Yes, Mr. Graydon. I have no idea what these two wretches are talking about. Certainly, I shouldn't be expected to answer anything in relation to their mindless insinuations.
We know that someone other than the victim was hit by a bullet at the scene of the crime 2 nights ago. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was likely hit in the upper arm or thereabouts. Perhaps you'd allow a court official to examine your arm, sir? The left arm that you're currently clasping with your right hand as if in pain.
No, I refuse.
What?
You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to these common thieves. Accordingly, I am not obliged to permit any such invasion of my privacy. As I've already said, I'm completely uninvolved in all this. He got angry eyebrows indeed. I've never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed whatsoever. I take offense at the insinuation that I was in any way involved. You claim to have had nothing whatsoever to do with Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery.
My lord! The defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony.
Very well, counsel. Continue with your testimony. Bum 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 bum. Never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery establishment where the man was killed. Well, that's just straight up false.
Hold it!
Never had anything to do with it. I sounded British for a second there. You forgot that I was there, Mr. Graydon, on the very afternoon of the incident.
Obviously, I'm not a complete stranger to the pawnbrokers. I'm currently on the lookout for an armchair to furnish my study.
Objection!
No! You were there to redeem an article.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That rhymes.
He's in the pictures, is he not?
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Inspector?
Nice. Come again, Sunshine.
You were there too, in fact, weren't you, Inspector? That afternoon.
Well, yes. I do remember meeting yourself and the pawnbrokers that afternoon. You, your young Japanese assistant, and the accused were all present as I recall.
And at that time, this witness, Mr. Graydon, was trying to acquire a particular article.
Well now,
Dude,
I'm afraid I don't remember too clearly.
Gregson? Whose side are you on? Do you want Iris to make a bad story about you?
What? But you must.
I'm not going to lie and pretend that I remember there's something that I don't.
What's going on here?
Grexy showed us a picture before, didn't he? You know, from the cameras that Hurley installed in Windybanks.
Yes, of course.
Indeed, and the gentleman pictured bears a striking resemblance to the witness, I must say. It's him.
Exactly. Which proves that Mr. Graydon was in the shop on the afternoon in question.
At no point have I denied that fact.
What?
I merely entered the shop to pursue the articles on sale and have a word with the broker. Nothing more. Gregson. Gregson?
This makes no sense. I understand why Mr. Graydon might be trying to cover his tracks. But why would Gregson be trying to avoid giving testimony about what happened? That's all he's going to say on the matter, is it?
What do you think, Bruno?
I think he has no intention of telling us anything. He's well aware that the less he says, the less chance that he has of giving himself away.
Complete opposite of Hurley then. He seems to think that the more he says, the better.
Well, at least I managed to prize a little more information from these witnesses' lips. All thanks to the Skalkin brothers.
Yes, they were the key to it after all.
So he says he had nothing to do with Windybanks. Well, we know that's not true.
Perhaps now would be a good time to have a proper look through the court record.
Good idea.
Tricky bean, tricky bean, tricky bean, tricky bean, tricky bean. We got, oh no, blackberry or onion. Please be blackberry. Oh, no, not again. Oh my god, it's so bad. I hate it so. Oh, that's the worst one. Ew, it's stuck in my teeth. I would love some coffee. Oh, the onion's the worst one. Oh my god, so we. Don't lie. Don't lie. Okay, do we press on everything? I don't think I pressed on this one. Hold on, I don't... Okay, I know we pressed on the first one. Oh, wait. Did this thing change? Look at all the dialogue's different. Yes, please. Oh, Oreo time. Thank you very much.
One more bear. One more bear.
Hold it! Objection!
Okay, we've for sure done that one. Bum, 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 bum.
Hold it!
Yeah, we pressed on this one too. Okay, okay. Freedom! Freedom for Glenn. Hashtag freedom for Glenn. Whoops. What?
Hold it!
Where were you around 1 in the morning on the night in question, sir?
That is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Certainly. I was not in the company of these rapscallions. Glommy.
You able to prove that?
Objection!
Right, and then he says you don't have to prove it. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Dancy, dancy, dancy. I'm a fruitcake. Victory wiggle. Yes, yes, yes.
Hold it!
And the most famous detective in the world tells the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Huh? Well, oh no, I can't think how to answer that.
I once saw the world's most famous swindler thrown into jail. He allegedly told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but what turned out to be a pack of lies.
Hug.
Quite. Now, as you are no doubt aware, the Central Communication Station is the heart of this country's information network. My work there is of paramount importance, and you have kept me from it long enough already. Okay. Okay, let's look through our stuff. Pay for the nickname I gave you on Discord. Victory wiggle should be a points redemption. Ew, no. No, that's okay. We don't need to do that. No, please no. Is one of these written by him? Well, we know this is his blood. It's green. We know this is for Mr. McGilded. Okay, okay. 250k points. More than VIP, and it's absolutely not worth it. I don't know how else to prove. Like he was there. We don't even have that picture of him in the shop. Can we examine this? What does it say? It literally says it's his blood, but we can't check that it's his blood. What are we supposed to do? Shoot him. Okay, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna start throwing things at him. I think that's our only option at this point. I don't like that Mr. Greg Z is not on our side. That's very upsetty-wetty. I don't like that. I'm gonna present the disc.
Objection.
Have you ever seen this disc before, Mr. Graydon?
Why? Is it supposed to mean something?
This disc was until the day of this murder, in pawn in Mr. Winnipeg's shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course. Wasn't it, Mr. Graydon?
As I have reiterated numerous times now, you are mistaken. That was not me. I have never seen that disc before in my life.
It may have escaped your notice, but there is a small smear of blood on the disc. Blood.
Oh yes, resulting from an abrasion of the thumb, perhaps.
That's right. The surface of the disc is covered in hundreds of tiny metal bumps. In the skirmish to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to take it suffered minor lacerations. So, while the disc bears remnants of that skirmish in the form of this smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also in the form of a scratch.
Couldn't you just say the same thing about how we got shot? Good gracious, it must indeed.
Mr. Graydon, you refuse to allow a court to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that it bears a small scratch consistent with the smear of blood in this disc.
Thank you. No. Very well. It would seem I underestimated you. What is the meaning of this?
So you admit it now. You admit you have a scratch on your thumb from where you attempted to take the disc from the defendant.
I wanted to boot Woolly Bear, but it might make him wobble over, and he's in such a perfect little loaf. Aww! That's adorable. Order! Well, Mr. Graydon. It would appear there has been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse.
What are you trying to say?
It's really quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset. Is there some crime in taking an item that you own out of a pawn shop, but you don't own it, sir?
What?
It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that in this piece of evidence, my learned friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. Accordingly, you will tell the court everything you know about this disc now. As you wish. Though I'm quite sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbroker's murder. Fine. We're getting somewhere at least. The disc. There's a note on the disc saying, "For Mr. McGilded, but the item belongs to me." The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused, a filthy gutterling, on the day in question. I proceeded at once to the shop in order to explain my situation and redeem the article. In the end, of course, the disc was taken by the police. In other words, I had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later that same night. A likely story. Did I hear you correctly, sir? Mr. McGill, did you say? The famous London philanthropist, who perished in this very courtroom 2 months ago. Philanthropist. 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 Whoever in this very courtroom 2 months ago, after being acquitted of a distinctly messy murder. Yes, my lord, the one and the same. But good lord, Mr. Graydon! Are you saying that Mr. McGill and yourself were acquainted? I love learning English streams. Should we change our stream title to learning to education? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, Coffee Cups. I certainly didn't expect to hear the name uttered here in my courtroom again.
Accordingly to what Gina told us, this disc was placed in the pawn, in pawn on that fateful night 2 months ago. Mr. McGilden himself gave instruction to deposit it at Winniebank's.
Watch a non-English speaker teach English to a native English speaker. Yeah!
It's funny that Mr. Graydon here is claiming the disc belongs to him then, isn't it?
Painful. I'm sorry.
In all likelihood, he's lying. So he appeared that afternoon at Winniebank's in order to get his hands on Mr. McGilden's disc for certain reasons.
Counsel, you will commence your cross-examination, please.
Yes, sir. Kumbaya, sir.
A monolingual English speaker at that. Listen, I'm slowly learning Spanish. I'm a monolingual 0.5. Okay, I have some Spanish. I've learned 250 words apparently in Spanish. Don't ask me to say them. I couldn't. Casa.
Hold it!
Feliz is happy.
Would you care to explain how this belongs to you?
As you will observe, a communications officer such as myself commands a fine salary. You are certainly exquisitely dressed, sir. As you see, I have little need to make use of the services provided by that pawnbrokery trade. However, I did once find myself in difficulties having misplaced my purse. Whilst on an errand, you would have a purse. Which is why I pawned my fine black coat, to the broker in question. The word for milk? Leche! Right? Yeah! Leche! Oh. I am currently drinking cafe. Sin. Without? Right, but not real milk. Like, sin as leche. Right? No, sin leche. Right. Right. Sin leche, everybody. Sin to the milk. You hear that, Trippy? Milk is a sin. You must make sure you stay away from it, as a good Christian boy as you are. Whoa.
You claim that was your overcoat?
Uh-huh. Obviously. And then my haste, I forgot that the music box disc was in my pocket. And yet, there was a note on it that says, from McGilded. I am a collector of rare and unusual music box music. I first met Mr. McGilded at a gentleman's club in the city, and was interested to discover that he shared my penchant in that area. So, the disc in question. It's a pre-production sample. I promised to let Mr. McGilded hear it. But then you forgot that it was in the pocket of that overcoat you were forced upon. Yes, exactly.
Gina didn't mention any of that in her testimony 2 months ago, did she?
No, because Mrs. McGillicuddy had threatened her to keep her mouth shut. Which means that if we dig too deeply there, it's gonna expose Gina's perjury.
Oh dear, this is complicated, isn't it?
Let's leave it alone for the time being.
The most complicated trial we've had so far is when we had that walkie-talkie on the stand. It was so lost. We were defending him, but yet we were against him. So we had to trick him into spilling the beans while making it look like we were actually defending him. It was so convoluted. Like, that was such a stretch, man. That trial was so stupid.
Hold it!
Hold it.
So you're saying that Miss Lestrade lifted the ticket from your pocket or bag?
That's right. Despite being mindful of danger when walking in the insalubrious areas, her kind frequent.
Objection!
It lasted like 4 streams. It really did. It was a super long trial.
Miss Lestrade did no such thing.
Well, of course you would take that stance, but the girl is a regular offender.
You came to the pawnbroker that day prepared with all the information you needed to identify the defendant. You were looking for her, and that's what brought you to Windy Banks. To get your hands on Mr. McGillicuddy's disc.
Objection!
My learned friend is a veritable font of nonsense. Stop throwing big words at me.
Nonsense?
I concur with the prosecution. Counsel, you will refrain from conjecturing in this way. Is that clear?
Yes, my lord, Kumbaya.
Then I will continue with the testimony for what possible use it can be. Bum 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 bum
Hold it!
bum.
And you haven't been to Windy Banks before.
Only once for my purposes of pawning something, but like many, I enjoy browsing in such establishments. So when you noticed that the pickpocket had taken your ticket, you chased after her, is that correct? Yes, that's correct. That's right. I didn't notice at first, of course, such as the art of the pick purse. But when I did, I headed to the pawnbroker at once, in order to reclaim my coat before the thief did. I was merely trying to recover what was rightfully mine in the first place.
Nark! He can say what he likes because he knows that we have no evidence to contradict him on this. That was a proper sentence.
In the end, of course. Oops, no, go back.
Hold it!
Who did?
Yes, it was taken by Inspector Gregson here, wasn't it?
That's right. This was the very man. Apparently, the police are collecting anything that has a connection to Mr. McGillicuddy as evidence.
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Inspector?
What do you mean?
The last remark Mr. Graydon made in his testimony seemed to trouble you in some way.
No, it didn't. No, nothing. Leave it alone.
Let me ask you this, Inspector. Why is Scotland Yard gathering Mr. McGillicuddy's possessions?
I can't tell you something like that, Sunshine.
What is it, Inspector? Investigative secrets.
Yes, exactly. You should know all about that.
Magnus McGillicuddy, who died so unexpectedly after his trial 2 months ago. A man renowned throughout the capital for his great contributions to the public life, yet he had a dark side too.
Where are you going with this, Van Zeeks?
I suppose the police are dealing with the aftermath of his nefarious activities, are they?
That's enough. Coppers like me have duties to carry out. We're not at liberty to talk about that. That's all you need to know.
Duties conferred by Lord Strongheart, I presume. The Lord Chief Justice appears to have great faith in you, Inspector. Oh.
The bottom line is, if you want to get more out of me, you're gonna need Lord Strongheart's paw print first.
Intriguing.
What's all this about? It's like there's something going on between Gregson and Lord Van Zeeks here.
Well, it would appear that the inspector has revealed all he is at liberty to reveal. Mr. Graydon, let us return to your testimony. Gladly, my lord. This is the last one.
But perhaps you'd seen something of value among the forfeited items?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I know, right?
a value.
A valuer was brought in by the police to assess everything in the shop. Without exception, every article on the shelves was common or garden, bric-a-brac. Bric-a-brac.
In that case, it's clear that you broke into the shop later that day in order to recover Mr. Gilded's disc.
I keep almost saying dick, and that would really change the way the story went. Have you not been listening, man? Even if I had wanted to recover the disc, you may recall that it had been seized by the police that afternoon. There was no more in the shop that night than I. As I keep saying, I simply had no reason to break in.
So there was nothing of Mr. McGilden's left in the shop that night. Nothing this man might have been after. I wonder if that's really true.
Bruno, if you have some evidence, then let him have it. I'm dying to see that irritatingly assured expression of his crumble.
Do I have evidence? Okay. Oh, our ticket probably says it was left by the guy, McGillid. Yes. Okay, hold on. Deposited, 1 small box, 10 shillings. Oh, it doesn't say who it's for. No, we have no idea who the cat it is. The cat was taken with 2 pictures, so it can do the double photo thing, make it look 3D. This one has blood on it. Okay. Let's look through our stuff, shall we? Okay. What's this? Autopsy report? No. A newspaper. Can I analyze it?
This is a sensational story lower down on the front page as well. Look.
Ministry Mole. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice.
Oh. Well then, maybe that's what they're on about.
For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of the world news.
It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently, they're being intercepted by hostile nations.
Communications are being intercepted, but how would somebody be doing that?
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Bruno?
No, of course not.
How much you want to bet that disc isn't music, but it's actually information?
I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday.
Yes, it could be. And it could explain why he has Gregsy running from his pillar to post at the moment.
Oh, very interesting. On speed reading. Okay, nothing important. Muffin tins are so annoying to clean. Yes, they are actually, coffee cups. Yes, they are. You were so correct. I think that's all I have. I don't, okay. There's a note on the disc saying for Mr. McGilded, but the item belongs to me. The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused. On the day in question, I proceeded at once to the shop in order to explain my situation and redeem my article. This was taken by the police. Hold on, I proceeded at once to the shop in order situation and redeem my article. Yeah, okay. In the end, of course, it was taken by the police. In other words, I had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later that same night. Was there no other reason? Wait, was there no other reason? Wait, why was he there? Why was he there? Wait. Why was he there? That's right, the disc wasn't there. Oh! The one that says it's a small box. There were two, one with the coat and one with the box. Which one has the box? One small box, this one. This one.
Objection.
This disc was deposited at Winniebanks on Magnus McGilded's instructions. You knew that, and you went there with the intention of obtaining it for yourself.
Objection!
Conjecture again. And in any case, the disc was taken into custody by the police that afternoon. The witness had no reason to visit the pawnbrokery again that night.
Objection.
Sorry, my learned friend, but that's not true.
What?
Mr. McGilded had another article in pawn at the Winniebanks. As this second pawnbroker's ticket proves. There were two articles belonging to Mr. McGilded in the Winniebanks pawnbrokery. And the reason you broke into the shop that night was to recover the second one. Together with your two accomplices, the Skulkin brothers.
This is the second ticket, is it? What had the man deposited?
The article description reads, one small box.
A rather vague description, it seems to me. Are you suggesting that I broke into the pawnbrokery with these clowns in order to steal some trinket box?
I believe there are adequate grounds to suspect that you did.
This is absurd. Why on earth would I do such a thing? Once the article had been forfeited, I could simply walk into the shop and purchase it. There would be absolutely no need for me to resort to theft.
That's a good point.
Indeed. The witness makes a solid argument.
So that means that for some reason, this granite fellow needed the small box that very night, does it?
Objection!
It's time to put an end to this nonsense, my lord. Could you be a little less cryptic, Lord Van Zeeks? I do hate to ruin my learned friend's argument, but the truth is quite incontrovertible. On the night in question, no small box was taken from the Winniebanks pawnbrokery. And rest assured, the prosecution can prove it.
What?
Good gracious! Inspector, show the photographic prints to the court, if you please.
Yes, sir. What prints?
These are prints. These prints were taken from one of the detective's security cameras.
Ah, Hurley's red-handed recorders again.
As previously explained using this plan of the shop layout. The victim's establishment was furnished with automatic cameras in two locations. One was set to capture the counter where Mr. Winniebank received his customers, and the other was set to capture the shelves on which articles were placed for sale when forfeited.
According to the information on this ticket, Mr. McGilda's small box has been forfeited already. 2 days before the incident at 9 p.m. on 13th April, to be precise. Which means it would have been on the shelves of forfeited items in the shop front. Now, what I have here is a print taken by one of the cameras about 2 hours before the incident. That is 11 p.m. on 15th April. The victim certainly had a very full shop, it would appear. And then here we have another print. This one was taken about 2 hours after the incident. I see. So we have 2 pictures to compare.
All right, let's do the stupid contraption thing again. Ugh, honest to God.
Though I must say that placing them side by side leaves me cold.
Do you guys see the difference? I actually don't see the difference yet. Usually it's pretty obvious. But they do look the same.
Dear me, that's starting to make my head ache. Obviously, the Scotland Yard we considered theft as one possible motive in this case. And we explored the possibility that something added had been taken in addition to the victim's life.
So your men have already compared these 2 prints thoroughly, Inspector.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll have a look for myself then.
We counted every single item in each of these 2 photographic prints. And the yard's conclusion is that exactly the same number are present in both.
In other words, nothing was taken from the pawnbrokery on the night in question. And my learned friend's assertion is nothing more than a hopeful fantasy.
Ah! I don't believe it! If I could have just shown that he'd stolen McGilda's pawn box,
A victory wiggle.
I might have been able to break him down at last. You know what, Runone? I've been thinking.
Oh, I see the difference. I see the difference. I knew it. They didn't take the box. They took the item in the box. On the very right corner of the shelf, the very obvious looking red box, it's slightly to the right in the right picture, and it's slightly to the left in the left picture. I knew it! I knew it. I was just waiting for the evidence.
I wonder if these 2 photographs really are exactly the same.
Guys, we're so smart.
What?
We're so smart. We got this.
So, counsel, in the light of evidence put forward by the prosecution, what is your position? It seems that, in fact, on the night in question, nothing was stolen from the victim's establishment. Do you accept the prosecution's assertion?
Nope.
I don't know. Could there be some hidden discrepancy in these 2 photographic prints somewhere?
I want to point it out, but sometimes the game's like, no, you have to find it first. I'm gonna try just pointing it out.
I wasn't sure at first, but there was a clear discrepancy between these 2 prints.
What?
You must identify the location in question of the court, counsel.
Doopy 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 doopy. What? Do I have to do this one first?
Take that!
Granted, these 2 prints are almost identical. However, there was one minor discrepancy between them.
What?
When you view the 2 pictures stereoscopically,
No. It glows.
a single area stands out as being different. The location of the small box.
I hate that this is the gimmick of this case. There's always something, but I hate that it's like comparing to. It's so stupid. Stop!
Let me wait. Unbelievable.
No! By Jove, you're right. How extraordinary.
I hate it. What
What this tells us is very simple. Mr. McGilda's small box was indeed not stolen from the Windy Banks on the night in question. However, there can be no doubt that somebody picked up this particular box and then returned it to its place on the shelves.
Are you suggesting that the small box originally deposited by Mr. McGilda is in fact?
Yes, the very same small box I just identified in those photographic prints.
Objection!
Mindless guesswork. What if it was? So a box was moved on the shelf. Nothing was stolen. Which means, quite simply, that nothing has changed.
That may be true, but... Alright, McGilda's box wasn't stolen, then. But doesn't mean the fact that it wasn't moved like that changed things.
It changes everything.
I believe this changes everything about the case.
How can it possibly be?
The crucial point is the fact that what was moved was a small box. In other words, we have to consider what might have been inside that box.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that we need to examine that box as soon as possible. A vital piece of evidence is sitting on that shelves at the Windy Banks as we speak.
Objection!
That won't be necessary. Some little box belonging to a man who died 2 months ago can't possibly be relevant to this trial. Sure it can. He just said he knew the guy. The court does not uphold your objection, Lord Van Zeeks. Bayleaf, arrange for an officer to go to Baker Street at once. Obtain the small box in question and bring it back here for further examination. The poor Bayleaf has a sprint there. I gotta get it. This intense staring competition. Where is it? He's in full sweating by the time he gets back. Like, oh my god, the poor guy. So much pressure. We should have a report within half an hour. I think perhaps we should recess for a short while until the evidence is brought forth. To be hoodwinked by such a farce. Humph. Disappointing. I beg your pardon, Lord Van Zeeks. You are misbehaving, you little scamp. To your room. This is nothing but a smokescreen. A Nipponese specialty, it would seem.
That's racist! What are you trying to say?
My learned friend has persisted with the same line of reasoning from the very beginning. That this witness's intent was to steal an article belonging to Mr. McGilda from the pawnbrokery. Yet common sense tells us that none of the articles are of value enough to be worth stealing in the first place. Van Zeek's original dream was to be a mime, but he gave in to family pressure, became an attorney. A sad story. That's why he's so grumpy all the time. He doesn't want this job. Exactly. It would be beyond absurd to break into a place for the purpose of stealing such commonplace property. Stop. He's been drinking this entire trial. If your lordship recalls, Mr. McGilda perished 2 months ago, immediately after the conclusion of the trial. A trial in which he was found not guilty. That's why he drinks. A trial in which it was established he was the upstanding member of society, his reputation impaled, in fact. So I suppose a toast to my learned friend and his most insightful defense. The articles this upstanding member of society pawned were entirely ordinary. A black overcoat that just happened to have a music box disc in one of its pockets, and a small box. I assure you, I wouldn't accept even if the man tried to make a gift of such things to me. I know. Did he just say that Mr. McGilda gave it in? His story was that he gave it in. It's not as if it was a gold jewelry, was it? He's just petting the mouse. The prosecution's argument is undeniably compelling. It is incumbent on the defense now to bolster its argument. I knew he was going to do that. To explain what possible significance these commonplace articles pawned by this fine citizen could have. Oh no, Queen, what's going on? Well, Counsel, is your argument in fact demonstrable? Are you close to show proof that the disc or the box are in tangible way related to this case?
Well, what's the matter, Bruno? We know that they're related, don't we? They're both vital pieces of evidence.
Yes, of course. You and I both know that. We know Mrs. McGilda's true character, and we know that the disc is significant, even if we don't know why. But if we explain all that to the courtroom at this point, we'll have to acknowledge that Mr. McGilda's acquittal 2 months ago was a mistake. That the defense's argument was flawed, based on false information.
Oh no!
And that would mean admitting that Gina committed perjury.
Well, perjury's better than murder, let's be real.
But Ginny...
Could it be that Van Zeeks knows? Is that why he's doing this now? Because he's anticipated everything?
But maybe... this could be a great opportunity for us.
Sorry? What do you mean, Iris?
Well, what is it that you always say, Bruno? Sooner or later, the truth comes out. Every time.
Alright. The exact significance of the things that McGilda deposited from Mr. Mooneybank is something that only Gina can explain to the court. But if I put her on the stand to testify about that, it could critically damage our chances of winning this case. What's the right thing to do here?
Have Gina testify.
My lord, the defense would like to make a proposal.
Oh, what proposal, Counsel?
While the court awaits the arrival of Mr. McGilda's small box, I would like to call the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, to the witness stand.
The defendant? To what end?
It's to do with the various articles deposited at Mr. Windybank's by Mr. McGilda, my lord. Miss Lestrade has information relating to them. I believe it would be beneficial for the court to hear what she has to say. It will prove the significance of the articles in question once and for all.
Well, well. Things are becoming interesting. I presume you've considered the implications of the testimony you're proposing. In particular, the way he stares cold-eyed at her. In particular, the impact it will have on the accused standings, and indeed your own.
I have.
Lord Van Zeeks, would you care to explain that last remark? The prosecution accepts the defense proposal. I move to interpret the cross-examination of the current witness and hear from the accused herself. Very well, if you have no objection. So is that why Lord Van Zeeks took this case? Because he knew it would eventually prove that he was actually right in the other case? He's that shallow that he's like, you know what? I'm not freaking down with this. I am taking this case just to prove that I was right in the last case. It makes sense. There's no other reason he would take this case. So, the court will now hear the testimony of the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. The witnesses currently in the stand may step down until further notice. I was gonna say, are they gonna have 6 characters up there? Then I shall bid you good day. Wait. You, sir, shall remain in the stand while Miss Lestrade testifies. As you wish.
All right, then. Gina, it's time. I know this will be hard, but please, put your faith in me here.
Good luck, Bruno.
I know. Dumb. Do we have time? Should we end it here? Yeah, I feel like we have to end it here. Because if we start analyzing their dialogue, we will get locked into it. Well, that's gonna be the end of the stream, guys. I'm so sorry. We have to quickly take a bus back to Glem's family's place. So we will have to leave a cliffhanger here. We don't want to miss the bus. Otherwise, we would keep going. It looks like we have one stream left of this. It's not quite the end left. Not quite, guys. Not quite. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for stopping in. If you can, join us on Tuesday to celebrate 300 followers with Paper Pirates. I'm super stoked. Super stoked. Until then, I hope you guys all have a terrific weekend. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.